What is up, everybody? Live again. Pack. It's the boy, King Pack, for the win. Give me a minute. Pick that up. And we're back. Okay, we're all set up. Got everything set up so that I could be on here with you guys talking for a little bit. And how's everybody doing? Like and subscribe, please, so I can get to 100 subscribers. I really appreciate you guys, for actually subscribing. I know the channel's not that big yet, but it'll get bigger, bigger and bigger each day. Give me a minute. I know I said that already, but just one more minute, I swear, guys. Okay, that's that. So today, guys, let's talk about something. We are here for one reason and one reason only, right? There's a couple things that have been happening that I've noticed, of course, and I don't really like it. It's none of my business. Like I said, you know, what happens. Anything that does, anything that happens behind the scenes, I can't stop that from happening, you know. And those things have been getting harder and harder, you know. And I've had a couple friends, yell at me because of certain things that have been going on. Well, not yell at me, but tell me certain things that have been going on, And yes, I'm here to help, of course. Like, tell me anything you want to tell me, but to a certain degree, I can only help you if you tell, like, you know what I mean? Like, to a certain degree. Like, tell me the rest of the information before you start complaining to me about something that I don't even know about. You know what I'm saying? So here's the deal, guys, because there's a lot of that stuff going on. If you're truly like going through something and you tell me, don't just be like, blah blah blah, I'm going through something. Tell me what's going on. Tell me what's going on. Give me details. Like, I can't help you if you don't help me help you. No. It goes both ways. And you need to give me information so that I can try and help you. Because if I ain't got no info, I can't help you. Like, I can talk you through some stuff, yeah, yeah, because I'm good at that. I'm that guy. You wanna talk out some stuff, or you know, talk about why you think you should do something, or why you think you shouldn't do something. I'm that guy. You don't want to just talk about random stuff. I'm that guy. If you don't want to talk at all and you just want to sit there staring at each other, I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy. I'm everything else but that guy. If you want to talk man to man, you can talk man to man. But don't just sit there and stare at me and expect me to understand or say something. Don't just do something without telling me what's going on. Because if you're just like, I'm gonna do this and don't tell me anything else, what am I supposed to do with that? I can't help you if you don't help me help you. You know. And I guess the fact of the matter is that people think that I'm some kind of superhero, right? Like, I can help to a certain degree, but I can't fix everything, and I can't fix it all. You got to do half the work. I can do half the work if you try, but I'm not gonna help you if you don't try. You know, and a lot of people haven't been trying out there, and I am kind of sick of it. Kind of sick of it. You know, and you can yell at me, you can tell me it's my fault, you can do all this other stuff, but just remember, one of there's a lot. It takes a lot, to piss me off or to offend me or to do all this other stuff. you know. And yes, it it kind of feels like people are using that, and people use that to their advantage sometimes, I think, and that's okay to a certain degree. It's not always going to be okay with me, and I can't. How do I say this? Like I said, I can't help you if you don't help me. Um, and that makes it harder for me to want to talk to you or want to be around you, you know, and you can't really blame me for that, you know. Like if you tell me what's going on, fine, I'll help you. But if you don't, I can't really help you, and I don't want to be around you. I'm that type of guy. I'm that type of guy. Yes. And the sad part is that people, like I was saying before, they use it to their advantage, and at least they try to. I don't really let a lot of bad people in to influence my decisions or anything like that. Actually, I don't let any of those people in, you know, because if you let one in, then they all get in, and then it's a whole thing, you know, and you can't do that. You can't do that to yourself. You can't do that to yourself, and I don't do it. You shouldn't do it. There's a lot of other reasons why, you know, and what happens, and you can't change that. I can't change what you did. I can help you through it, but I can't change it. You know, and that's the hardest part of trying to help someone is that you don't really know what's going on in their head. You don't really know what's going on in their heart, their body, their soul. If they're evil, if they're nice, if they're good, if they're hurting. You don't know. You really don't know unless they tell you what's going on, why they want to do this. Sometimes people are just pure evil. Pure evil people don't deserve forgiveness. They don't deserve forgiveness sometimes. And that's okay. That's all right. You know, it's just sometimes you gotta just make that decision to let go, to be your own person, and not let these people influence you into doing things that you don't want to do. I think that message says it all. Um, but like sometimes, you know, how do I say this without offending people? Because it's gonna probably offend a lot of people. If you're tall, you know, and you gotta stand up for yourself, and you gotta be that person. You gotta be that man, or woman, or person, person, man, woman, trans, whatever you are. You gotta stand up for yourself. You gotta do the right thing. You know, doesn't matter what gender you are, what sex you are, it doesn't matter. You are the change. You are the change. If you want something to change, you gotta do something about it. If you don't want something to change, don't do anything about it, And that's you gotta learn the hard way sometimes. That life ain't fair all the time, and when it is fair, sometimes it isn't even fair when it's fair, you know. And you just gotta do the right things, and you know, um, do the right things, and get through life knowing that you tried, and live on the legacy, and bring home. But you also have to be that person that saves yourself. Not only saves other people, but saves yourself as well. Because if you can't save yourself, you can't help other people. You know, you gotta learn yourself. You gotta bond with yourself. You gotta forgive yourself. You gotta love yourself. And you gotta get it done. Because if you don't get it done, all that pain just swells up inside, and then you become depressed. When you're depressed, you have bad thoughts. Um, and you just shut down entirely. Trust, I know a couple people, and I've been through it, So yeah, kind of understand, you know. But you can't just give up. Is what I'm trying to say here. You can't just give up. You can't just shut down fully. You can't just say I'm not gonna do this anymore, or I'm not gonna do this anymore. You gotta keep pushing and pushing until one day you can't push no more. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like try it, try it, try it, try again until you get tired. And then when you get tired, sometimes you just gotta push through it as well. You know, because life is short, so you gotta do everything while you still can. You know, you you age fast, you grow fast, and things happen for a reason. You know, and yeah, people grow when they want to grow. And when they want to grow, you know, people will grow in time. Can't just be like, oh, okay, you gotta grow now. You gotta do this or you gotta do that. No, that's not how that works, first off. And second off, you know, you gotta do things in order to change what's going on. You're the only person that can change what happens to you. Or to other people, you know. Um, and if you don't do anything about it and you don't say anything about it and you don't be that person that helps other people, then you're the monster, not the other person. You don't get to write other people's stories. They get to write their stories. You get to write your own story. If you can't even do that, then I don't know what you can do. Because even the dumbest person on the planet can write their own story and can fix their problems. That says a lot. That just means you're not trying. And if you're not trying, then we got a bigger problem here. Because if you're not trying and you need another person's help, they can't help you until you help yourself as well. If they're trying to help you and you're pushing yourself more down in that hole or whatever it is, they can't help you. You're gonna drown them. You're gonna drown them in your emotions. That's what's gonna happen. And then they're gonna become, you know, they won't be able to help you, and then they'll probably become the same as you. And then when you push them too hard, they'll back off and, you know, not mess with you again, you know, and, you know, yeah, you know, you know. There's a couple other reasons too, as well. I think, you know, I feel like if I say, one more time, you know, give me a minute, guys. Hold on. Sorry about that, guys. I'm back. Where was I? Reading. Sorry, guys. Yes, I'm still here. I'm just a wee bit distracted by some high power. Okay, back to what I was saying. You need to try. You can't give up, and yeah, that's about it. The only person that can help you is yourself, and if you don't allow yourself to help you, then other people can't help you, and then you know, and then they can't help you. Okay, I am back yet again. Here I am. Things happen, and you can't always change it, but you can be a part of the solution. You know, and if you want to be a part of the solution, you have to bring out the you in the situation. Let other people see who you are. And if they find you to be credible, exercise, you know, play the rhythmic right of life. If you do that, and you still, you know, don't, you know, want to do other things, that's okay. Like if you try and then give up, that's okay. Because what matters is you tried and you didn't just give up. There's a difference between giving up and trying and then giving up. You shouldn't give up either way, but if you try and then give up, I understand. You know. Half my friends tried and gave up. Only quarter of them. But that's okay. You know, you can't really change it. I might end it here, guys. I don't know. Nobody's showing up. I'll give them a couple more minutes. I don't think anybody's coming up though. All right, I am still here, guys. Just running out of things to talk about, and yeah, thank you to the two people watching. All right, guys, I'll give it a couple more minutes because yeah, but then I think I really am gonna end it because I'm not just gonna stay here and talk to no one, you know. We're just waiting for a little bit. Give it a couple more minutes, and then I am gonna end it. Just like, I don't know, a couple more. Let's just wait for a minute. I'm about to end it. Last call. I'm still here, guys. I'm still here, guys. I'm just listening to what things so I'm muted. Still here.
I'm watching. I snuck into Michael Jackson's abandoned mansion. Pretty creepy. Lots of security and other stuff. Yep, it's pretty creepy. Hopefully, we all know the story of Michael Jackson because what happened was the reason he died was because his doctor gave him too many drugs and it messed him up and it killed him. And the doctor got arrested for it. So, yeah. There's lots of speculation that he's still around, even after death, and that they found a lot of stuff in his tomb. Alright, guys. I'm gonna end it here. Peace out. Peace, love, and respect to all of you. And have a wonderful day. Bye.